Good morning, students. I am Seema from Tirthangal College, Department of Commerce. So, today we are going to see about a 6th semester topic, Human Resource Management. Human Resource Management is a branch of management. It's a branch of management. First, we shall see about the basic. First, we shall see about a sum up about a human resource management syllabus. Actually, in the first unit, we are going to see about nature, scope, and of human resource management. The major thing is we are going to see about the difference between personal management and human resource management. Actually, personal management was the prior concept. Now, latest we are going to see about human resource management, and it covers about human resource planning, recruitment, selection, and various test and interview techniques in which we are going to appoint laborers. In second unit, we are going to discuss about training, methods of training, and why we need training in an organization. And after training, we are going to see about training and development and performance appraisal. After performance appraisal, we are going to see about transfer, promotion, all such things. Finally, as career development. In third unit, we are going to see about the various compensation plans and welfare measures of an organization. So, labor welfare and security measures we are going to see, and various forms of industrial disputes about employer and employee, and we are going to see about collective bargaining, workers' participation management, and various role of HR and CSR. Next, we are going to see about human resource audit. Like auditing, human resource auditing is a branch of auditing. So, we are going to see about human resource auditing, and finally, we are going to see about corporate ethics and CSR, which is known as corporate social responsibility. So, first we shall see about human resource management. So, what is the human resource management? First, it has a three words: human resource management. So, first we shall see we all are humans. So, which relating to a business, human means a skillful persons of an organization. In an organization consists of employer and employee. So, employer is going to give job to employees. So, without employees, an organization cannot run. So, human resource means employees working in an organization. So, human refers to skilled workforce of an organization. So, what is a resource? So, resource means a limited availability of resource of a scarcity. So, the main concept of management is we are going to utilize the resource in an efficient way to maximize the business or profit of an organization. So, management is utilizing the scarce resources in an effective way. In human resource management, we are going to see how an organization utilizes a human factor as a resources to maximize its profit, and we are going to give welfare to the humans. So, we are going to see as human resource management. So, we can see about basic concepts of human resource management. So, HR refers to a people working in an organization which is called as personnel. So, human resource management refers to the organizational function which includes practices that help the organization to deal effective with its people during the various phases of employment cycle. So, we shall see a brief meaning of HR. So, human resource management is a management function. It's one of the management function in which we are going to hire the employees. First process is we are going to hire the employee, then we are going to motivate them, and we are going to maintain the workforce in an organization. So, human resource deals with various issues related to employees such as hiring, training, development, compensation, motivation, communication, administration. These are all comprises of human resource management. Next, we shall see the scope of HR. So, it is a wider concept in which deals with a recruitment, selection process, personal administration, training and development, performance appraisal, rewards, talent management, success of career planning, labor relations and HR plannings. Next sir. Next slide. So we shall see a brief of scope of HR. So we shall segregate into three types. First aspect we can see as personal aspect, which relates to the organization. So in a personal aspect, first scope of human resource management is planning. So in a management, planning is a primary function. As we all know, planning is a primary function. Likewise, human resource planning is a primary function in the HR. So it is a process of identifying the needs of an organization, which means we are going to identify the need or job vacant available in an organization. That is the primary function of HR planning. Next we are going to see about job analysis and job design. So what is a job analysis? Job analysis means we are going to gather and make a documentation, analyze the various data about the work required for a job. Next, job analysis means it is the process of identifying the various duties available in a particular job. So job analysis and job design is a part of HR. Next, recruitment and selection process. So these two are branches of staffing. So at the end staffing, the recruitment and selection process comes. So what is recruitment? Recruitment means it is a process of hiring, it is a process of motivating or stimulating the applicants to apply for a job. So it is a process of advertising, or it is a process of stimulating various employees who are eligible to under a job. So previously we have seen about job design and job analysis. After analysis of job and job design, so next process is we are going to search for employees. While searching for employees, by process of recruitment, we are going to attract the able employees to apply for a job. So the attracting employees is a process of recruitment by means of advertisements. So there is various process of recruitment which we will be seeing in a unit 2. Next one is selection. So selection is a process of selecting a correct employees or right employees for a right job. In the process of recruitment, we may be having various applicants. In various applicants, we are going to select the right persons for a right job. That is the process of selecting. Next, orientation and induction. So after selecting an employee, we are going to give them an orientation program. We are going to know them about the organization, rules and policies, organization principles, rules, all things. That is known as orientation. Next one is induction. So induction is a training given to a new employee who is entering into an organization. So he is going to know about the organization cultures, organization goals, values and procedures which are to be followed in an organization. So next we are going to see about training and development. For an employee, due to change of new environment and new technologies, we need to have update. For that, every employee needs a training about their own job updates. So each and every employee needs a training. So training and development is a part of HR. Next, after giving training, we are going to appraise. We are going to appraise the performance of an employee. So that is known as performance appraisal. Performance appraisal means we are going to evaluate the job of an employee. After giving training, the person is going to do a job efficiently. So appraisal is a very vast topic in which we may be seeing about various methods of appraisal. In simple, appraisal means evaluating the performance of an employee. So we are going to evaluate the job done by an employee. It can be done by a superior or senior or elsewhere. Next we are going to see about compensation plan. Compensation, planning and remuneration. So compensation means remuneration paid for an employee for rendering a service. So every employee is going to render a service. So we are going to fix them a pay which is equal to his employment. That is going to be compensation. Next one. This is all relating to personal aspect of employees in HR. So next we are going to see about welfare aspect. So previously welfare aspect was not taken into consideration. So in the latest trends, welfare is very essential for HR, which has been identified. So welfare aspect is very important. So in human resource, each and every employee working in an organization needs their own satisfaction level. So an employee should be provided with good welfare measures to be to do a job satisfied job. So example, an employee should be provided with a good canteen facility, restroom facilities, and transportation facilities or hostel facilities like this. So which is very important to create a job atmosphere or a job satisfaction atmosphere for an employee. So welfare measures is a very important scope of HR. Next is industrial relation aspects, in which there should be a smooth relationship between employer and employee. Without a smooth relationship, a business cannot run successfully. So in industrial aspect, we are going to see about various forms of industrial relations, collective bargaining, and compensation plans, and various forms of industrial relations like trade unions and various welfare measures also come under the industrial relation. Next we shall see about, these are all for the scope of scope of HRM. Next we shall see about environment of HRM. So environment is basically classified into two concepts. One is internal environment, another one is external environment. So first, what is environment? So environment comprises of all those forces which have their bearing on the functions of various activities, including human activities. So next we shall see about the types of environment. We can broadly classify environment into internal environment and external environment. So first we shall see about internal environment. Internal environment means within the organization. So within the organization, what is the environment prevailing for a human resource? So these are the forces internal to an organization. So internal forces have profound influence on HR functions. So the internal environment of HRM consists of unions, organization culture, organization conflicts, professional bodies, organization objectives and policies. The company rules and regulations, which are all comprises of internal environment. Next, which are in internal environment, the major thing is union. So trade unions plays a major role in internal environment, as simultaneously trade unions also come in external environment also. So trade unions are formed to safeguard the interest of members and workers. So the members or employees queries will be representative by means of trade union to the employer. Next we shall see about organization culture and conflicts. So as an individual have personality, an organization have cultures. So each organization has its own organization culture distinguished from each and every organization and each other. Next, professional bodies. So these are all the bodies which controls or coordinates the employees and industries, like NIPM and HR professional bodies, which regulates the functions of human resource. Next, we shall see about the external environment. So previously we discussed about internal environment. Now we shall see about the various external environment. So first one is economic. So economic forces include growth rate and strategy. So industrial production, national and per capita income, and capital market competitions, industrial labor, globalization. These are all the various economic factors which affect the human resource. So the problem of unemployment and or reservation concepts, choice of recruitment and selection, these are all comes under the economic factor. Next comes to political factor, which means, so political environment covers the impact of political institutions on HRM practice. For example, democratic political systems. So increase in expectations. Now also we have proposed our new budget. So these are all the factors which affects the organization. So next, legislation. Legislation means various policies and acts which to be followed by an organization. Examples: Companies Act, Monopoly Restrictive Trade Practice Acts, Factories Act. These are all the various legislative factors which should be followed by each and every organization. Next one is executives. So it is the government that implements the law. So every country government only implements the law. So these are all the persons who decides the executives acts. Next, judiciaries. Judiciary is the simply known as watchdog of all the things in a country. So judiciary is like a watchdog of the rules and regulations in a country. It ensures the both legislature and executive work within the confines the constitution and also in the overall interest of the people. Next factor is technological factor. It is very important factor. So first, if you are going to see, HRM is a dynamic function and it should be a flexible function of adapting new technology or emerging technology. So without adapting new technology, we cannot emerge or we cannot able to sustain in the market. So as an employee, we should update ourselves. So technological factor also affects the HRM. Next, we shall have a brief idea about human resource accounting. So human resource accounting is the cost incurred for employing a human resource by the employer. So human resource accounting is the process of identifying the measures measures an organization take for a human resource budgeting. So it is the cost incurred by the employer organization for recruitment and sustaining an employee in an organization. So next we shall see about the HR accounting process. It's a simple process. First we need to identify and understand the needs of organization. So each and every organization has their own goals and needs. Secondly, we are going to identify and develop the appropriate human resource. Next, we are going to implement the effective recruitment, selection, training and development and various compensation programs. Next, we are going to maintain an accurate and up-to-date HR system in an organization. Next, we are going to ensure that all employees are treated equally and fairly in an organization. And we are going to see about, as a last process, we are going to maintain an accurate and up-to-date payroll system. Payroll system is wage system. Next we shall see about recruitment. As we discussed earlier, recruitment is a process of attracting the able employees or candidates to apply for a job vacancy in an organization. So when you are going to see in depth in recruitment, there are two types of recruitment. One is internal recruitment and external recruitment. Internal recruitment means we are going to fill the vacancies with the help of available employees in the organization. So the employees will be referring their own friends or relatives by means of promotion and transfers. We are going to give higher job position for an employee by means of performance appraisal. This is going to be an internal part of recruitment. While going to see about external recruitment, this is the source of identifying the able employees from outside the organization. So major source of recruitment from outside the organizations are by means of various job portals, advertisements, campus recruitment, recruitment agencies. Next we shall see about training and development. So what is training? It is a process of enhancing the knowledge and skills of an employee. So each and every employee is going to be a skilled person. We are going to upskill their talents. So training is a process of upskilling the employees' knowledge and attitudes. So to improve the performance, why we need to give training? By means of upskilling them, their job performance will be higher, which in turn helps the organization to optimize these goals. So we can, by giving training to an employee, we can extract the optimum potential of an employees. Next we shall see the various objectives of training in HR. The major objective is to enhance productivity. So each and every organization goal is to reach their own goals and attain more maximum productivity. A trained employee will be more efficient and give more output to the employees. Output to the organization. Next, to reduce errors and waste. So a trained employee, it is said that a trained employee can work efficiently and he can reduce the errors and waste. Next, to adapt to change. A trained employee can easily adapt to new technology. Next, employee satisfaction and succession of planning. So preparing an employee for higher responsibility and leadership goals, training plays a major role. Next we shall roughly see about importance of training, like bridging skill gap, improving organization and competitiveness, supports employee retention, encourages workplace safety and etc. Next we shall see an important point, methods of training. So we are having, methods of training can be broadly classified into two categories. One is on the job training, another one is off the job training. So what is on the job training? On the job training means a training which is given in the same place where the employees are working is known as on the job training. So we shall see various types of on the job training. First one is job rotation. So what is job rotation? An employee will be trained about various categories or varieties of job in an organization. For example, an employee can be maybe in an accounts department. He can be trained to be in a sales department or in a finance department or in a planning department. So an employee is given knowledge about various jobs in an organization is known as job rotation. Usually is a higher level training, like managers and superiors will be given a job rotation training. Next one is coaching. So coaching will be given for the employees by their own superiors. Next, job instructions. Job instruction. Always the superiors will give instruction to their own trainees. That is going to be job instruction training. These are all we are seeing as on the job training within the organization. Next, commitment and assignment. So by superiors going to give their own commitment and assignments which can be completed by their own staffs and employees. Next we shall see about some of the off-the-job training. So as we discussed earlier, off-the-job training means a training which will be given to employees external or apart from the workplace or job place. That is known as off-the-job training. First one is vestibule training. So the vestibule training is a method actual working conditions are stimulated in a classroom. So material files are needed, equipments are also used in training. This type of training is used to train clerical and semi-skilled jobs. So off-the-job training is main important is by means of off-the-job training we can give a training to huge number of people. In on-the-job training, we can give training to only minimum number of employees. By means of off-the-job training or substituting a workplace, we can give training to huge number of employees, maybe 1,000 or 500 or likewise. Next, role play. Role play. So, by means of role playing, so it is a type of training method given to an higher cadre people. So, to test the skills of higher level cadres like decision making skills, imaginary situations, or how they are going to handle the effective situations or decision making skills, or how they can improve their own planning strategy. So these are all the role playing. Role playing is an off the job training method. Next, conference and program instructions. Lecture method. So conference, program method and lecture methods are other forms of off-the-job training. Next, we shall see about performance appraisal. So what is an appraisal? Appraisal means evaluating the job performance of an employee. So it is a systematic method of evaluating the performance of an employee. So we can see about the various methods of performance appraisal. First, we shall see about traditional methods. Traditional methods means these are all the old methods used in reputed institutions or government organizations. So first one is ranking method. This is a straight method in which an employee will be given ranking like 1, 2, 3 about their own performance. If an employee is going to perform well, he will be given rank 1 and next level will be having rank 2. That is going to be a ranking method. Next one is paired comparison method. So paired comparison method means the employees will be paired as a 2. Each and every employee will be compared with the another employee. For example, in an organization there are 10 employees. First employee will be paired with second employee. First employee will be paired with third employee. First employee will be paired with fourth employee. Likewise, each and every employee will be paired with another employee, and we are going to give them ranking. That is going to be paired comparison method. Next one is grading method. By means of grading method, by their own performance, they will be given grade high, grade 1 or grade A, grade B, C, like that. Next one is graphical rating scale, in which employees' performance will be plotted in a graph and their appraisal will be ranked. Next is checklist method. So, for evaluating a performance of an employee, first the organization will prepare certain checklist. With that checklist, they will compare the actual performance in employee and they are going to give ranking. That is going to be checklist method. Next comes the model methods. So in model method, first one is management by objective, which is given by Douglas McGregor, which we all be knowing. So each and every management will be having their own objectives. So the employee must fulfill the objective of an organization. So likewise, by comparing, the employees will be compared with the organization goals. That method is known as management by objective. Next is 360-degree appraisal, which means the employee's performance will be the appraisal will be gathered from each and every person relating to an employee, like customers, banker, insurance agent, or creditors, debtors, or superiors, lower level laborers. So the employee's performance will be judged with all the persons relating to that employee. That is going to be 360-degree appraisal, in which the feedback will be gathered from each and every person which are related to that particular employee. That is going to be 360-degree appraisal. Next one is behavioral anchored rating scale. So it is a method in which the performance is rated against the predetermined behavior of an employee. Predetermined behavior in employee, which will be plotted in a graph and it will be ranked. Next is one is critical incident method. The performance of an employee will be evaluate in a difficult situation, or they will be provided with a critical situation. They are going to appraise their decision making skills or planning skills in a particular critical incident. That is known as critical incident method. Next, we shall see about various digital automated methods. Performance appraisal management system. It is a software which is used to analyze the performance, and by means of continuous feedback system we can analyze the performance appraisal of an employee. Next, sir. Next, after the performance appraisal, the employee will be given promotion and transfer. So that is the next concept we are going to see. As we all know, transfer means a movement of employee from one job position to another job position. So reasons may be employees development through various diverse exposure, or organizational restructuring, or resolving conflicts and dissatisfaction. Next, promotion. So promotion is the upward movement of an employee in an organization. So what are the basis of promotion? Seniority based promotion will be there, or merit based promotion will be there. Next is termination. What is termination? If the employee is not working up to the mark, that is known as termination, which can be termed as resignation or retirement or dismissal. So types of termination. First one is voluntary termination. Employees themselves willingly retired from the organization. Next one is involuntary termination due to misconduct, performance issues, and various other issues. Terminations will be there. Next we shall see about a career development. So how a career development occurs? So by means of self-assessment. So while seeing performance appraisal, each and every employee will be given two types of appraisal. One is by company assessment, another one is self-assessment. They are going to self-assess their own value and their own inputs given for an organization. That is going to be self-assessment. How far they have been trained and enrich their own knowledge. Next, career awareness. Career awareness, how they have been enriched by means of training and development, and future they are going to have a wide thinking about their own career, and they are going to set their own goals, and they are going to get for their skill training and performing. These are all the various concepts involved in career development. Next, it is a process of setting career goals and division strategies to achieve them. So we can see various key components of career development. First one is self-assessment. So it is identifying the personal strength and goals of an employee. Next, skill enhancement. So gaining knowledge and abilities to meet career objectives is very important. Next, mentoring and coaching. So guidance for experienced professionals is essential. Next, career pathing. So outline potential advancement opportunities. So succession planning, preparing employees for a leadership goals. Benefits. So we shall see about the benefits of career development. So first benefit is increases employees engagement in retention. Second one is aligns individual growth with organization goals. This one is very important. So each and every employee will be having their own objective. The main aim of human resource management or a career development is to align the individual goal or matching the individual goal to the organization goals. Then only the employees will be benefited and organization also will be benefited. Next one is enhancing organizational competitiveness. Next, we shall see about the cost of the company, which means amount of money which is spent by the which is spent by the organization for the employees. That is going to be cost of the company. So it is the total amount of an employer incurs annually to hire or retain an employee, it includes all direct and indirect benefits provided to the employee, such as salary, incentives, perquisites, and other benefits or compensation provided by employer to the employees. So we shall see about the various components of cost of the company. First one is fixed pay. So fixed pay is an salary or a salary of employee which is fixed for each and every kind of job. Previously we have discussed about job analysis and job description, so or job design, in which the compensation also will be fixed according to their job nature. That is going to be a fixed pay. Next, components of fixed pay are basic salary, house rent allowances, provident fund, gratuity. Next, gratuity. So these are all the various types of fixed pay, which is a wider topic. Next, we shall see about the flexible pay. So when you are going to see about the fixed pay, each and every employees will be having their own fixed pay. Example, PF. Each and every employee, the organization is going to provide them a PF facility. So in which a certain percentage of contribution will be contributed by the employees and employer. Both the person is going to contribute in a PF account, which will be maintained by the PF office. Then at the time of retirement, they may be getting their own benefit. So that is going to be a fixed pay. Next, we shall see about the flexible pay. When you are going to see about a flexible pay, the variable proportion of cost of the company that can be customized based on the employee's performance. So it differs from each and every employee in organization. Examples are meals allowances, traveling allowances, medical allowances, leave travel allowances, which are all the examples of flexible pay. Next, we shall see about a trade union. So trade unions are the organizations formed by workers collectively to address the grievances of the employees and safeguard the rights and duties of the employees. So why we need a trade union? First thing is to protect the workers' right, to ensure a fair treatment and equitable play and safety working conditions. So the role of trade union occurs. Next, collective strength. If an employee in an organization needs certain benefits, if you're going to knock a door of employer, his voice cannot be reached by the employer. If hundreds and thousands of employees goes and gives their own grievances, the employer automatically hear to that voice. That is going to be collective strength. They amplify the voice of workers when negotiations with the employees are made. Next, conflict resolution. So in a relationship between employer and employee, there may be some misunderstanding, and because employer goal will be different, employee's goal will be different. Both the goals must be matched. There should be a thing to bridge a gap between the employer and employee goal. If the gap is not being bridged, then there arise a conflicts. So if the conflicts arise, we need to have a resolution. So trade union is the best concept to bridge a gap between or to resolve the conflicts among the employer and employees. Next one is to improve the standard of living of employees by means of providing them a basic wages, benefits and various welfare measures for the employees. An important concept is social justice, to combat discrimination and inequality in the job industries and exploitation of workplace. Trade unions plays a major role. Next, we shall see the various forms of collective bargaining. So first, what is collective bargaining? So it is a negotiation process between employer and trade unions. So the representative of employer will be present and the representative of employees will be present, both on employment terms the main forms of collective bargaining arise. So we shall see about the main form of collective bargaining. First one is conjunctive or distributive bargaining. It's to distribute the available resources like wages and benefits to all the organization equally. Next we shall see the composite bargaining. So what is composite bargaining? Its objective is to address the mix of economic and non-economic issues in an organization. So comprehensively covering the diverse aspect of employees, which means various aspect of employees. Examples: negotiating payments, salaries or compensation like us. Work hours is very important concept. Next, safety measures like insurance or wearing helmets or gloves, shoes. These are all the safety measures. Next are welfare activities, facilities. So next one is concessional bargaining. These are all the various collective bargaining, with this we can wind up our session. Thank you.